Hello, and welcome to 5 Minute Math. Today we are looking at the fourth grade concept of measuring angles. This is standard 4.7c in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 4 of the 2025 released STAAR test. This is a new item type called multiple select, and if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So with multiple select, we need to find two correct answers. So if I were to select the first one randomly and try to move on, it will give me a warning signal. It will say you have not answered everything. So we need two answers, and if I select two and try to find a third, you're going to notice that it is impossible for me to get that third one. So we need to select two answers, 1 point for each correct answer. So let's get started. We need to find two angle measures that do not, that's going to be important, not have an angle measure of 70 degrees. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so I'm just going to label them A through E, since they don't really have letters there, but that's how I'm going to kind of keep track of my angle measures here. Now, what is a 70-degree angle? Well, if we use our benchmark of a right angle, here's my right angle. It's straight up and straight across, and it's 90 degrees. So if I have an angle that is larger than 90 degrees, that is going to be obtuse. We definitely do not want that. What we're looking for is a 70-degree angle, and that's going to be less than 90 degrees. That is going to be an acute angle. So if we take a look at angle measure A, it already looks obtuse. It's greater than 90. Now, it does have one of the rays at 70, but that is the inside set of numbers. And the 0 on the inside is on the right. So really what this is we can't use that 70. We need to use it only if we use the other number, the 180. So we have to do some subtraction there. The easier way to do it, so we can go ahead and just subtract 180 minus 70. The easier way to do it is to use the outside set of numbers, because one of the rays is at 0, which means we're just counting it from 0 all the way up to 110. So that's what that ends up being, 180 minus 70. It's easier just to use the outside numbers since one of the rays lands on a 0. And so it is 110 degrees, which means it is not 70, which means we want it. So that is one of our answers, answer A. So let's look at B here. So B is also having a ray at 0, and it moves up on the inside, and look, I've got it 70, 0 to 70. Now, if you want to, you can use the outside. Look, I've got 110, and I've got 180. And so 180 minus 110 is going to equal 70. So that is a 70-degree angle. It's obviously easier to use the inside numbers since one of the rays is at 0. But we're not choosing it because it is 70. Let's look at angle C here. Neither of the rays are at 0. So I've got a 70 right there. I've got a 170 right there. So 70 and 170, that's not 70 degrees, that's 100 degrees. Let's check the inside. I've got 110 and 10, and we're subtracting the 2, and there we go, also 100. So that's actually going to be our second answer because we don't need a 100-degree angle, we need 70-degree angle. So it looks like I've got my two answers, answer A and answer C. Let's just double check to make sure B and D are incorrect. All right, so I've got angle B, and it's got a measure starting at 0 on the outside, so I'm just going to go up there, and there's my 70. So from 0 to 70, we're good. And then on this last one, I've got two angles, or two rays, and neither of them are at 0. So I've got 120 and 50 on the inside. On the outside, I've got 60 and 130. And both of those are going to get you the same answer of 70, which is the angle we're not looking for. So our answers are going to be A and C, or option 1 and option 3.